we hope there's going to be one to report. Not coming along as quick as I'd like for them to, because I'm just turned 80 years old, and if they don't build it pretty quick, I may not be around to enjoy it, you know. We all have a lifespan of a certain amount of years on this earth, and my family's been dying off in their 80s, so I'm on borrowed time. If they don't build it pretty quick, I may not be around to participate. It's about 8-9 miles from where the original Gilley's was located at. They tell me it's going to be a big complex, and Gilley's Club is going to be included in it. I don't know how they're going to run it. I'm not running it. They're just going to use the name Gilley's on it. I'm not going. Like I said, I'm not going to be running a nightclub. I'm selling my theater in Branson. In fact, I closed on January the 3rd, and I'm back on the road traveling with the band. I got a 7-piece band, 2 girl singers, and we're doing road dates. I'm getting ready to go to Nebraska this next weekend, and then I'm going to Oklahoma, then I'm going to Florida. So I'm staying quite busy just traveling around the country myself. We have a Gilley's at Treasure Island. We have one in Pensacola, Oklahoma, one in Durant, Oklahoma, one in Dallas, and hopefully we'll get this one built in LaPorte. It's got the Gilley logo on it. Just keep the brand name out there. I'm not operating any of them. I go in every now and then and, you know, maybe walk on stage and sing a song or something and say, "Welcome to Gilley's," and they send me a little money from my mailbox. These guys are almost as old as I am. They're all on wheelchairs and walking canes. No, I'm the oldest one in the group at 80. I'm still walking, but not walking very well. But I tell the people, I said, you know, when I walk out on stage, I said, just turned 80. Hope I look like I'm 50. I'm walking like I'm 90. But my voice is holding up. I'm still singing the songs. The country music fans give me 17 #1 recordings in my career, and I try to do the majority of them for them. And I try to tell them a couple of stupid jokes. I call them corny jokes, and keep them, you know, involved in the performance. And I've been having a great time. I got out of the business world, so to speak, and back in performing and entertaining. I went and bought a couple of buses. I didn't think I'd ever own another bus again after when I went to Branson, but it's fun to go take the music back to the people instead of having the people come to hear the music in Branson. I was there for 26 years. I was the last man standing. I outlasted Mel Tillis, Tony Orlando, Bobby Vinton, Wayne Newton, Charlie Pride. Boxcar Willie died, and Andy Williams died. But to cap it all off, I was the last man that left, and that was this year. Well, you know, the incredible thing about the new CD that I just released called Kicking It Down the Road, there's a song on there called Tell It Like It Used to Be that I recorded the same time that T. Graham Brown did. And mine's a little bit different because it's got a saxophone in it that my band leader played the sax ride on it. And I think it turned out quite well. When T. Graham Brown came with it, I was recorded at the same time. And all of a sudden, one of the radio technicians from Houston came in and said, well, that song just came out. And sure enough, it was T. Graham Brown. He had a #1 song with Tell It Like It Used to Be. But it's on this CD. Kicking It Down the Road. That's the old song. Remember me when the candlelights are gleaming? Funny story about that. One of my girl singers, her family was in the Cadillac business. And when I brought them in to do the vocal overdubs on the song, she was singing, "Remember Me When the Cadillacs Were Gleaming." And my other girls heard, said, "Did you say Cadillac?" She said, "Well, that's what he said." When he said, "No, it's candlelights." Not a lot of difference in the audience. They've gotten older, like I have. The people that we usually draw the audience are the people that listen to other things in the 70s and 80s and 90s. And a lot of the fans have come to Branson to see me in Branson, you know. I worked with a guy, 17 years, that he died. He lost his life to colon cancer at 43 years old. And I tell the story sometimes when when I got plenty of time on the show. I tell them, I said, you know what? I said, I'm very fortunate to still be with you folks. I said, because I've endured heart surgery, brain surgery, back surgery. My appendix exploded. and I've had walked away from 2 airplane crashes, but I've learned how to live now. I'm eating 9 lives cat food. I just try to keep it light, you know.
So is that the
I try to have fun. I try to have fun with the audience by telling them some, you know, crazy things, you know, that's happened on the road with us, and to keep them a smile on their face. When you got people laughing and smiling, you know, they forget their troubles. And I tell them a joke on my friend Johnny Lee, and I said, you know, Johnny Lee was raised on a farm. I said, I found this out in the 60s, and I said, he comes down one morning for breakfast, and he asks his mom, he says, Mom, I'm ready for breakfast. She said, now, Johnny, you don't get any food until you do your chores. Well, it made Johnny mad, so he reaches down, and he says, grabs a bucket of grain, he goes out the back door, and he starts feeding the chickens. One of the chickens gets close to him, so he kicks the chicken. And his mom was watching him through the back door, you know. And he goes over to the pig pen, starts feeding the pigs. One of the pigs gets up close to the fence, and so he kicked the pig through the fence. And then he walks over to the barnyard, and he starts feeding the cow, and the cow switches his tail and hits him in the face. And so he kicked the cow. In fact, he was so mad, he said, I think I'll just kick him again. He kicked him a second time. And he comes back in, and he sits down at the breakfast table, and his mama serves him a bowl of cereal without any milk in it. And he says, come on, Mom, this is not what I usually have for breakfast. She said, Johnny, I was watching you out there. When you kick that chicken, for your punishment, you get no eggs for a week. And then you kick that pig, that means you get no bacon to go with the eggs for a week. And then you kick that cow. That means you get no milk to go in that cereal. You're going to have to eat that cereal dry for a week. His dad comes downstairs, trips, and kicks the cat, and he looks up at his mom and says, you want to tell him or you want me to tell him? And I tell him I'm not going to explain that one. I started off with a stupid fishing joke, though. An old boy was out in his boat on Table Rock Lake there in Branson, and the game warden pulls up beside his boat and says, need to see some fishing license. The old boy says, what do you need to see fishing license for? You don't see a net, you don't see a pole, do you? He says, no, but I see that you got fish in your boat. He said, let me tell you something, sir. These fish in this boat, I raised at home. Usually the crowd will kind of chuckle a bit. He said, you're not going to believe this, but I bring them out here once a week to Table Rock Lake and let them swim for exercise. He said, then when they get through swimming, I call them and they come and get back in the boat and I take them back home with me. The game warden said, you don't think I'm going to believe that, do you? He says, I don't care whether you believe it or not. It's true. He says, good, drop the fish back in the lake. So he dumps the fish back in the lake. They're gone, you know. And he says, okay, you can call them back. Now he says, call what back? So I tell that one first, you know, and then I tell him, I said, I told that joke in Colorado at a casino, and some lady in the back room, she says, I don't get it. I said, you got rid of the evidence. Hello? Then I tell the Johnny joke. Then I tell him, I said, you know, I'm not going to explain that one.